So I got a request to make a video tutorial on how to set up co-op with your friends. Um, from my experience, I only know three ways of doing it. There is LAN, um, Hamachi for when your friend is not in the same room or on the same network as you, and zero tier. I will show you how to use all those. Hamachi, if for those that are not familiar with Hamachi, because apparently it just kind of fell off the internet radar over the years. It's basically a way to play LAN online. Um, Not to be confused with a VPN that uh, here's here's the fucking problem. Okay. VPNs are not actually VPNs. They're just proxies. It just puts a server, physical or virtual, in between your computer and whatever you're trying to access on the internet to give the appearance that you're from wherever. Okay? That's a proxy. That's not a VPN. A VPN is Hamachi, a virtual private network. Okay? At least I think that's what it stands for. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for. And let me go ahead and show you um, Hamachi. Here's a download link, vpn.net. See? VPN. Okay, you're going to want to download this. You're going to want to set it up. I'm not going to go through all that right now. I'm a little short on time, actually, because I got this request and I'm just trying to give you the short version. So you're going to download this, and this is if you're playing online, okay? If you're playing locally, you don't need this. If you're playing, like, see her computer, I don't need to use that. She's hooked up to my router. I don't need this. But if I'm playing with her and another person on the internet, we use Hamachi, but in her case, zero tier because she has Linux. If you have Linux, let me try to summarize this. I know I'm kind of going off track. I don't write scripts. If you're in the same room and you're only playing in the same room, you only need a router. If you are playing with somebody over the internet and you have Windows, both of you have Windows, everybody has Windows. Say you're playing with 40 people because you can, and everybody has Windows, you use Hamachi. Okay. If you're playing with people over the internet and somebody has Linux, use zero tier because for whatever reason Hamachi likes to disconnect randomly on Linux. I don't know why. But zero tier works right out of the box. It works for everybody. Okay. So, but if you're using just Windows, use Hamachi. So now that I got that out of the way, here's the download link for Hamachi. Here's the download link for zero tier. Um, Now let me show you how to set up your server for each occasion. Okay, I got it up right here. Say I want to play Wrath of the Lich King. I go to Wrath of the Lich King. And this is for local. Alright, I'm going to go through all three of them. Local Hamachi 0 tier. If you're using anything else, or if you have a VPN and it's fucking with, your internet or rerouting your internet in any way, shape, or form, you need to disable that because this won't work. To my knowledge, I've never used a VPN. Okay. I've used proxies, which are VPNs, but I've never, I'm not those people that pays, $20 a month to have my internet permanently rerouting through Slovakia. Okay. I don't do that. I don't care to. I have nothing to hide. So, in fact, I rarely even torrent anymore. And even then, there's proxies for that. You don't need to pay for that. But anyway, it's a different topic. Um, you're going to want to go to server info, I believe. And you're going to see change server address. You're going to hit 3. This is your server address right now, by the way, in case you didn't know. 127.0.0.1 is equal to saying localhost. You're literally accessing your own computer with this address. It's not routing anywhere. Okay. So I'm gonna hit 3. I'm gonna hit 3. And this is where you want to type in your LAN address from your router. Well, how do you get that? You might want to know, right? Well, let me help you. Type command, open command. Can I do this online? I don't think I can. My camera's been in the way this whole time. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Here, let me back out of that. Okay, this is your server window, right? When you first pick the version that you want to play, you're going to hit 4, you're going to hit 3, change server address, and you're going to be here. And let me put this behind my cam real quick and make sure. Actually, let me just disable this. Okay, it's given out a lot of funky information. Let me see. I make this really small? I can. Okay. Okay, this is perfect. I can show you this now. All right. See here? Hold on, let me get rid of this. You're looking for IPv4 address. It should be a 192.168 number, okay? It should be above a subnet mask, a default gateway, but you're looking for that number. This number, I don't know what this number is about, honestly. It's just kind of there. That's pretty sure it's my router's actual IP. But this is the number that you want. Okay, so you're gonna want to Control C, copy that. You're gonna close this. You're done here. You're gonna go back to this window. Control V for paste. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. Saving new address. Apply new address. You're gonna want to. You probably don't have to restart, but I restart this motherfucker anytime I do anything, so it's just a good habit to be in. Okay. Um, Now that that's done, you can come back over here and go to server start. If you're starting your server for the first time that day, you should always start with server update. But after that, within a 24-hour period, 12-hour period, whatever, you could use server start. I usually use server update all the time anyway, but for just move things along, I'm using server start. Server updates the same thing, it just checks for updates before it starts the server. Okay, you see this? Hold on. We're gonna push forward. One second. See, current address. Alright, so I guess I was wrong about the last thing that I said, but that's okay. Oh shit, this is probably getting blocked on the camera. You see its current address now, 192.168.0.8. Okay, so for her to connect to me, she needs this number. What do you do with this number? Well, for you, you should be able, I'll show you. For Wrath of the Lich King, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and open all three of my WoWs. I'm going to show you where this file is for all of them while I'm here. Classic, okay. This is classic. This is what your classic WoW directory will look like. And this isn't classic WoW, this is vanilla WoW. It's 1.121. Okay. So your realm list file will be right there in the front. I'm having a Windows 98 moment over here. It takes a second to load. See? Right there in the front. I don't think it's anywhere else but there. That's the only one for classic. For Burning Crusade, there's one in the front, and I think if you go to data and US, there's going to be one here too. I changed both of them because I don't know which one's which, you know what I mean? So I just changed both of those. And for Wrath, there's none in the front, and it's just in your data folder, ENGB realm list. So you need to go here, right? Ignore all this. All this needs to be blank. Okay, if this is here, these are fine. Okay, these three lines are fine, but there needs to be nothing here. It needs to look just like this. All right, so you're going to go here. This is just your local IP. You're going to change it to your network IP. And you're going to go ahead and close, save. Now, this needs to be done on both computers. For the host computer, you might not need to do this. You might just be fine with, you know, this or this. And I've had occasions where it wanted me, when I'm playing on my server on the same computer, to use this while she uses this. Okay? So all the non-host computers need to use your network IP. I've already walked through how to make accounts and things like that. I'm not going to do that again. We're going to go straight to Hamachi. Oh, I got a little on my leg. Anyway, for Hamachi, let's bring this up. Um, when you first start Hamachi, I'm going to try to give you like a little tutorial on how this works. You're gonna have to make an account. I believe it's on here somewhere. Yep, log in and sign up. You're gonna have to do that. Don't worry. As far as I know, they don't sell your information. But then again, I have a pretty good spam filter, so I I don't know. You know, whatever. Don't care. Um, so this is your Hamachi IP. Okay. This whole thing is not your real IP. This is your Hamachi IP. What you want is you're the host. This is your number. You want this number. Okay. So you're going to want to copy IPv4 address. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm sorry here. To join your Hamachi network or to make a network, go to network, create new network. Can be any name, any password, doesn't matter. Your friends from Bangladesh or wherever the fuck they're playing from, they need your network ID and your password. And they go to join, they put it in, and then put in the password, and they join, and they pop up down here. Everybody should have a green icon next to their name. Sometimes they have yellow. Sometimes they have red. If they have red, you have a problem. I've seen yellows work okay, but you usually want green. And once you have everybody connected and everybody's green, or before, you can do this portion before. You go back to change your address like I already showed you, and you go Control V. Restart your server. I'm not going to do it again. I already did it. Or restart. See, the server is actually not started yet. I haven't once started the server. I started the SPP program, but I like to restart everything. So, pardon my terminology and technicalities, okay? So after that, they go into their realm list file and they're going to want to put that number in. And you, as far as I know, might have to put this number in, but you might still be able to get by with just something like this. I don't remember. It's been a moment. Okay. You can try both of them. They should be able. They have to use this number though, the one that's provided up here. So, that's how you use Hamachi. And they should all be able to connect. Remember, you have to make accounts for everybody. If they don't have accounts, they can't connect. And I've had occasions in many games, not just WoW, to where for some reason, and this happens, for some reason, if you host a server and they try to connect to you, they can't. But if they host the server, you can connect to them, or they can host the Hamachi, or you can host the Hamachi, they can't connect to your Hamachi, but if they host it, you can connect to them. In which case, you can still use your IP since you're both in a network together. It won't matter whose Hamachi's whose as long as they're routed to your number, server host. I'm going to go ahead and edit this video. I'm going to cut out pretty much the last 10 minutes. If you want to know about zero tier, it's very similar to Hamachi. I'm not going to go through it all right now. But you only really want to use that if somebody, like I said, has Linux. If everybody has Windows, you use Hamachi. So, that about wraps it up. And again, once you have the IP that you want in your realm list, I'm going to change this back. Close, save, make sure this looks just like this. It doesn't need this stuff, but if it does, make sure it's blank. Again, very important. And if you're using, to my knowledge, you can't use other private server specific clients with SPP. It has to be a bare bones server. Download it at wowdl.net, I think it's what it's called. I don't know. It's in the first video. But once you're connected, like with Hamachi or whatever, you can just start your server and everybody should be able to connect to you. Those are the only ways of which I know how to do this. Or Hamachi's and Zero Tier are the only two ways that I know of to establish an actual VPN to where you can play together. So, I think that answered everybody's questions. If you're playing with real people, they're another thing you should know is that they're more susceptible to lag than you are. So if you have too many bots, it's probably going to be a little laggy for them, even though it's not really laggy for you. Okay, so you're probably going to want to, get with them when you're playing to make sure everything seems stable on their end. And you don't need an amazing computer to do this, but like I said before, I originally ran this on an AMD FX 8320 with 4 gigabytes of RAM. I think I had, or 8 or 16. I think it was 8, and it ran well enough, and that was on the older unstable cores. So it should be okay. If you have something comparable, it should definitely be okay with this. You might have to turn bot questing off too. That can make things really laggy. Always try everything on though, just to see. You don't want to get rid of features if you don't have to. I think that about wraps it up. If you have any more questions, I'll make another fucking video. Because I'm that nice of a guy. Okay? So, thanks for watching. Toodles.